What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Mickey, and today we're going to be checking out something a little bit different on the channel. We mostly do music reactions here, but I ventured out and did another reaction video to the 10 inventions or 7 inventions, I believe, that you didn't know were from Sweden, and that got a pretty good positive reaction. So, I want to branch out and do some other things to kind of keep everything here fresh, if you will, and as well as for me, give me something different to do and learn something along the way. So today we're going to be checking out the 10 most dangerous animals in Australia. Now I know I've got a few people for sure that tune in from Australia, so this is a fascinating subject to me as well. So something that I figure we all could enjoy. You could see me react to these animals and what my take on them are. So let's not waste any more time and get to it. You will find the link to the original video down below in the description. I know there's going to be snakes on here, but I'm curious to see what else they mix in with this.
When you think of Australia, there are a lot of things that make it stand out. The country is famous for such things as its natural
Beautiful. I'd
beauty,
love to go
movie
there
star
one day.
exports, and successful cricket teams. It's also infamous for its extensive array of creatures which are capable of killing people. From the outback to the Great Barrier Reef to your own living room, there is no shortage of lethal animals calling Australia home. Australia's most lethal animals. Box jellyfish.
Okay.
Of the 81 recorded deaths in Australia at the hands of a jellyfish, 79 are credited to the box variety. Also known as the sea wasp, the box jellyfish appears in numbers in the northern waters during the warm season, the time when most people go swimming. What makes this species so deadly? The box jellyfish has tentacles that reach up to 2 meters long and are covered with millions of little harpoons. Those who come in contact with them receive a hefty dose of venom, which can stop a human heart within minutes. European honeybee.
Okay, stop there. I think 2 meters, I'm going to do my conversion in my head, which I think is about 6 or 7 feet, since we're here in America and we don't want to conform to the rest of the world and use a system that I think is easier. But I digress. But I didn't think that was going to be the first one on the list. That is one that doesn't, when you think dangerous, you don't think jellyfish. But obviously that one is very venomous. And so very, very interesting to know that's the number one thing on the list. And now to see that we have a honeybee. When you think of here, we don't think of a honeybee as being dangerous. Here, that's when I think of honeybee, I think of pollinators. Without them, if you remember the movie Bee Movie, without honeybees, the world wouldn't exist. So I'm really curious to see why the honeybee is considered a dangerous animal in Australia.
You're probably thinking this inclusion is a joke or an error. After all, most of us are familiar with honeybees, and they aren't bloodthirsty killers. Or are they? The honeybee is not native to Australia, and around 2% of the country's people suffer severe allergic reactions to this little guy's sting. Even those who don't have an allergy can die if they happen to get swarmed by dozens of these fuzzy insects.
Fascinating.
In fact, statistically, more Australians die each year from bee stings than from any spider bite, snake strike, or even shark attack. Cone snail.
Okay, so that's an interesting thing. That just shows the power of a species going somewhere that it doesn't belong. You always hear about endangered species, not endangered species, but exotic animals that are regulated. Well, there's a reason why, and here's a prime example of why. Here where I'm from, we've had honeybees for as long as I can remember, or as long as I know, probably been here for hundreds, if not thousands of years. So over that time, our bodies have built somewhat of an immunity, but we're more, I guess another way to look at it is we're probably more aware and more prepared, I guess would be the better word. Whereas somewhere where you're not expecting for them to be or see, it could become an obvious issue, like they just said. Whereas on the flip side, it talked about being more deadly than snakes and spiders, which and other animals that you have more of and are native to your country there. So interesting. Another fascinating animal here on the screen as we go into the next one. I believe the third one, the cone snail. So let's see I'll go back and see what they have to say about the cone snail.
In fact, statistically, more Australians die each year from bee stings than from any spider bite, snake strike, or even shark
That's
attack.
crazy.
Cone snail. Yes, even snails can be deadly in Australia. This guy crawls along the bottom of the ocean around Australia and hunts its prey. When it sees its dinner, a harpoon-like spear comes out of one end to strike the target and inject a venom said to be 1,000 times stronger than morphine. People are told not to touch this creature or pick it up.
Your snails have harpoons that have venom that's stronger than morphine? Are you kidding me? I did not know such a creature exists. Oh my gosh. Thankful that they're not around me. So that's fascinating to know.
A single sting is enough to kill 15 humans. Although it's been over 70 years since the last
Fair
reported
enough.
death, this potentially lethal snail is actually helping humans by having its venom used to create chronic pain relievers.
Okay.
Stonefish. To be honest, the stonefish doesn't have much going for it. One look and you can see it's a pretty
Wow, it's
ugly
beautiful.
undersea dweller.
I think it's beautiful.
Closer inspection shows its poisonous spines along its back, which inject venom into anyone or anything unlucky enough to come in contact
Wow.
with it. With near perfect camouflage, it's no wonder every year unlucky swimmers and divers step on one and get a nasty sting. The needle-like spines can even penetrate the sole of a rubber shoe and leave the victim in terrible agony. If you happen to get stung in the abdomen or chest, there's a good chance you're done for. Stings are so prevalent that stonefish antivenom is the second most administered antivenom in Australia.
Okay, so you couldn't tell by my reaction there, stabbing is not a way I want to go by any means. And that just, I'm not afraid of needles. You know, I have tattoos and I don't mind getting shots, but just the thought of cutting or stabbing and then the venom it being injected and stepping on something, that sends chills up my spine. So just fascinating, another fascinating fact. And so far, we're at what, one, two, three, four, I think number five. And none of these animals would have been on the list for me that I would have thought. I would have thought that half of them would have been some form of a snake or a reptile. So curious to see what and how this one. I'm sure we'll find out. Not gonna guess.
Blue-ringed octopus. This little guy spends most of his time hidden under the sea. When it becomes agitated, the
That's
blue-ringed
beautiful as
octopus
well.
shows where it gets its name as its skin turns yellow and its distinctive rings appear. This would be a good time to stay clear as the colors aren't meant as an invitation.
Right.
If you get bit, experts say to seek medical attention immediately as the neurotoxin shuts down the body's ability to breathe. An average-sized specimen has
Wow.
enough toxin to kill at least 10 humans, and there is no known anti-venom. That said, people seem to know to stay clear as there have been no reported deaths since the 1960s.
That's crazy.
Eastern brown snake.
Okay, first snake.
All we really need to tell you is that this is the second most venomous snake on the face of the planet.
Noted.
If that's not convincing enough, then you should know that the eastern brown snake is ill-tempered,
Okay.
aggressive, and responsible for an average of 2 deaths per year. To make matters worse, it's not even limited to living in remote areas and is commonly found in populated areas because it hunts mice. Thankfully, there is an antivenom available,
Okay.
as before its invention, 80% of all bite victims bitten by an eastern brown snake died. Sydney funnel web spider.
Okay. I don't hunt snakes. I don't go out of my way to interact with snakes, though. So the fact that that one is found also in populated areas is nightmare fuel for a lot of people. Uh, but I have a respect for snakes. I know they get a bad rap a lot of the time. They're just as afraid most of the time of us as we are of them. And most of the time, if you will just let them be, they will go about their way and not cause any harm to anybody. But I will still, I would still steer clear of any of that snake, particularly being the second most deadliest snake on the planet. So now we have a spider. So let's see. Wonder how big this spider is going to be, because you never can tell with spiders. Is it going to be tarantula size or is it going to be small? So I'd be curious to know. Let's find out.
The Sydney funnel web spider doesn't bite the most Australians every year,
Okay.
but it has a well-earned reputation thanks to its extremely potent venom, snake-sized fangs, and tendency to act aggressively. Its
Okay.
bite can kill within 15
That's a pretty
minutes,
big
and the
spider.
funnel web's long fangs have been known to penetrate toenails and even leather shoes.
Wow.
This spider also has a tendency to latch on and sting multiple times before victims can brush it off. In 1981,
That's
anti-venom was
crazy.
created for its bite, and no one has died since then.
Good
A
to
small
know.
comfort to the many Australians who encounter this nasty little guy in their own homes every year.
Okay.
Bull shark. When you think of
Okay.
sharks with bad reputations, you most likely think of the legendary great white.
Right.
In Australia, it's actually the bull shark that you need to look out for.
Okay.
This particular shark can grow to around 300 pounds, and it is known as a fantastic scavenger. While it doesn't go out of its way to hunt humans, the bull shark's knack for swimming in estuaries, harbors, rivers, and shallow waters looking for food means it naturally comes in contact with humans. And if it's hungry, it will bite whatever it thinks is food. Saltwater crocodile.
Okay. So, an interesting fact I'm going to share with you guys is that here in less than 2 weeks, my wife and I are taking a trip to Florida to celebrate her 50th birthday, my 25th, or my 50th birthday. We both turned 50 this year, and our 25th wedding anniversary. And we are actually going to swim with sharks. It's a dream of hers that she's always wanted to do. So, we're going to get to do that here in a couple of weeks. I don't know that we're going to see sharks this big. I really don't know what size sharks we are going to see. It's going to be off the coast of Florida. So I know the information that's shared uh, said there are going to be several types of sharks that they normally see. So I'm really excited. She is as well, that we're going to get to do that. It's going to be an awesome experience. And I think I'm going to be able to wear a GoPro on my chest. So hopefully I'll get some video of it. And if I do, and if it's worthy, I'll show you guys and let you guys experience what we got to see on that trip as well. But super excited to do that. And I know sharks get a bad rap, just like snakes. You know, we're in their environment when it happens, and so it's hard to harbor bad feelings or ill will towards creatures that are just in their we're in their environment. So let's continue on.
Rivers and shallow waters looking for food means it naturally comes in contact with humans. And if it's hungry, it will bite whatever it thinks is food. Saltwater crocodile.
Okay, this one I
Thanks to
understand.
Crocodile Dundee and other Australian stereotypes, the saltwater crocodile is often thought of as the
My
poster
man
child
Steve.
for deadly Australian animals. And there's good reason for this. The saltwater crocodile can be vicious and aggressive. On average, 1 to 2 people are killed by this animal every year, and
That's
several
crazy.
others report being attacked. Growing up to 7 meters in length and weighing upwards of a ton, these crocodiles should not be messed with. Given that they can take down water buffalo, wild boar, and even sharks, it's not hard to imagine one of these powerful animals snapping up a person if the opportunity presented
Oh,
itself.
oh,
Taipan. Australia is home to both the
that's why I wouldn't get close to them. I mean, they're fast. You know, they may be big, but they're fast, and when they make up their mind, it's going to happen just like for me. It would happen just like that guy there. I'd try to back away, and I would fall, and I'd be done. So, no, thank you. Not going to jump in there with a crocodile. I'll swim with sharks, but I ain't doing that. All right, so we got the taipan, another second snake on our list, and this looks to be the last, maybe.
coastal and inland taipan. These snakes are highly venomous, and the inland variety is believed to be the most venomous in
So
the
you
world.
got the top
with
two.
the venom of one bite reportedly able to kill several humans. Luckily, this snake is very rare and located only in a remote area of Australia. The coastal taipan is more common than its cousin and can be found in the northern regions. It is considered to be the world's third most venomous snake, so it's still nothing to be messed with. While it's reclusive, if cornered or threatened, the coastal taipan will often strike its victim several times so quickly that you have no idea what just
Wow.
happened. Wow, some of these are pretty scary.
I
Let us know what
agree.
you think in the comments below, and why not watch some other fun videos while you're here. Thanks for watching.
All right, so there we have it. 10 of the most dangerous animals in Australia. And I will say I was a little surprised at the first half, what they were, but that's why I'm watching these videos because it's educational for me as well. Hopefully, it is for you as well. You know, just interesting to see all the different types of animals. I was glad, actually. I was glad that it wasn't just a video full of snakes and crocodiles and reptiles. So I was actually excited to learn some new information today about jellyfish. There was the blue ringed octopus, the snail, and there was one other one, the that stonefish. So really excited to learn more about Australia and the dangerous animals here. I'm sure I've seen some stuff on all of those or some of those before, but it's good to get this visual here, and it's just really interesting to see how different parts of the world are compared to where we are in our own lives. So really enjoyed this. I hope you guys did as well. Leave some comments down below if there's any other videos or any other things. If you like this style of video, or if I should just stop and go back to doing music only. But I'm really enjoying these, so I'm probably going to continue doing them anyway. So thanks for being here. I hope everybody has a great day, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Thank you.